Hello? Yeah. Hello everyone. Good afternoon. I think you already charged with coffee and some snacks. So now you are ready to hear my talk and accept everything else. So, by the way, today my topic is Gemma. So, ready? Should we start? Okay, so let's start. So, before I start this my presentation, I want to introduce to myself. This is a very coincident ki my picture and I am looking same right now. I can whenever in the campus and I saw, oh my god, it's the same dress, but looking nice. Okay, I'm a Geeta kakrani. I'm a Google developer expert in AI and ML, and this is the second time I'm here. First time I was in CCD and I got a lot of love from your side. So again, I'm expecting. So I started my journey 20 years ago as a simple Java developer. So now I'm an AI engineer and providing mentorship and help to new startup. If you are a professional, then I will charge to giving my mentorship, and if you are a student, then I will give you free of cost mentorship. So this is my little intro, and if you want to know more about, then you can find me in LinkedIn. I will share on the last slide. Okay, so I think this is just sufficient about me. Now this is the time to start about my topic. Okay, so before I start my topic, I think people still are coming. Okay, so meanwhile they are settling down. I'm just going to start some little bit conversation. Okay, how many people are here? Student, please raise your hand. Many. How many are professionals? Oh, great. 50-50, we can say. Okay, so first I want to ask from the professionals. Obviously, you are getting a lot of contract or order from the client side. So just I want to ask simple question from the professionals, please. So which type of order mostly you are getting from your client in AI application? Anyone want to give answer? Right. Okay. No, I just want to ask, suppose that any client is coming to you, so mostly what are their requirements, like a user chatbot, backside development, cloud upgradation. So what type of feature most probably recommended by the client side? Sorry? Chatbot. And chatbot is a user side. User side chatbot, they are mostly required. Okay, that's great. So actually what type of the tech or normally you used in your chatbot? LLM which one? RAG is a LLM which one? Like Gemini, OpenAI, or no? OpenAI. Okay. And it will almost costing, and after some time client always look very sad. So yeah, that's a problem. Okay, this is a problem actually. Now I'm going to the ask from the student. How many people already participated in any type of the hackathon? Oh, great. You already participated in a hackathon. So most of the idea which come in the normally in a hackathon, what is that? Which one? AI, I know, but most of the field, most of the topic, mostly people using in their hackathon.
Mostly agentic AI based problems will be come as a problem.
Agentic AI, I know, but I want to know ki agriculture field, social cause, which actually problem mostly come in the solving by the attendees in a hackathon. Medical, healthcare, pharma, agriculture, which one? E-commerce. Okay. But I actually mentored in a many hackathon, but I got a many idea in agriculture. Most of the people always give the solution using the AI in an agriculture area. Like we can solve the problem of the farmers, like for fertilization solution, loan problem, plant diseases, many type of the issue in a agriculture area which I can solve the AI. Am I right or wrong? Can we solve the problem using the AI? How many people agree that? Okay, so are you sure that we can solve the problem of the farmers using the AI? Okay, that's a great. Many people claim that we can solve. Yeah, I agree also. We can solve because using the AI, we can check the pattern of the soil, we can check the moisturizer, we can find the diseases of the plant. Immediately we can find the solution for the farmer, and it will increase the production. It will help the farmer. Am I right? We can create an app based, we can create a website, right? But are you sure that it will run in a ground level? Will it run in a ground level? Why? Why? Internet connectivity is not available everywhere. That's it. Because we are solving the problem of the AI. No, sorry. We are solving the many problems using the AI. But AI has a problem of the internet connectivity. How we solve? This is a main issue. So today I am here to going to explain about it. Okay. So today my topic is Google Gemma. Gemma is open LLM. And means open LLM? Anyone using already Llama, Gemma? Anyone using that? That's great. Please. You want to explain? Which LLM are you using?
Use Gemma, the recent one, right? The EcoB.
Okay, nice, great, thank you. So Gemma is a Google Open LLM, and I just put it the light on the some little bit problems. I am making AI application, I am making chatbot because every customer required a chatbot. Doesn't matter what is your industry. You are opening a simple cafe, then also you need a chatbot to solve the customer's problem. But problem is that a chatbot which based on API always cost creating, because whenever we use the Gemini API, user will input the query, get the output from the Gemini, from the OpenAI, and it will chart on each input and each output. And after some time, customer said, just shut down this app because this is a very costly for me. I can't get the profit for that. So sometimes it creates a problem. This is a real problem. That's why we are trying to solve using the Google Gemma. So Google Gemma, I'm not talking about the Google Gemma only because in market other options are also available like a Llama 2. It's also open LLM. So what is the LLM? First of all, I want to explain. LLM means a preset model, pre-trained model which train on the base of huge data set. So whenever you put any query, then it will get the answer from this data set and it will generate the answer. So that's why it's called a generative AI. Okay. But where is this data set available? Where is this model is available? In Google Cloud. In the Google server. So in a Google server, we have a huge model which can generate your answer, image, audio, video, everything. Super model. So this is a Gemini. So meet the family of the DeepMind. This is a Gemini. Gemini is a model which generates many things. So whenever you put any query, it will generate answer. And it's a super. I think many people already using that. But this model has a problem. What? It's not opening. I don't know why. So this model is a little bit problem. Like whenever you taking the electricity connection at your home, you have to charge the bill. You have to pay. It will charge every time electricity bill, and it will increase whenever you are running your AC, your production, and sometimes it's very headache because high charge. Like Gemini, OpenAI, really very good facility as an AI given in your system. Using this, you can make chatbot, you can summarize text, you can generate image, you can do many things tasks using this AI. But problem is that in a production level, it's not free. How it can free? Because this huge model is available in a cloud, and cloud always take the charge for generate this output because they are maintaining in their server side. So obviously it will charge. So what is the solution here? Solution is a Google Gemma. So Google understand the problem of the Gemini is really a problem because every new startup founder has a budget issue. So that's a really budget issue. So that's why Gemma is a younger brother of the Gemini, is also produced by created by same DeepMind team in a Google. So Gemma is also created using same technique of the Gemini. Gemini is also created by the quantization method in a server side. Gemma is also created in a same method in DeepMind. But what is the difference between them, brothers? So Gemma is just a little younger brother. He said, my Gemini, my older brother Gemini is very handsome but always take the charge. Gemma is available and he says, can you just take me your home? I am ready to go with you in your laptop, in your mobile, because I am an open LLM. So just download in your laptop, just download this LLM in your mobile and use like a simple LLM. What is doing actually normal LLM? It's a huge data set and generate the answer on the base data set. Like this, Gemma is also a LLM. Gemma is also data set which available in your laptop. So whenever you are putting any query, you are putting any question, it's a generate answer from your laptop, from your mobile, not waiting to internet connectivity because it's not going anywhere. It's not hitting the server. If not hitting the server, then why we will need a charge? That's why it's a free of cost. This is a Gemma. And now, if you are talking about the Gemma, it's available in your mobile, it's available in your laptop. So one question always there in your mind, how can we download in my limited resources? This is a question, no? It should a question. So, see, in a different sizes. So you can download according to resources. You can download in your laptop, mobile, and whatever your laptop. If you have a superb laptop, download 27 billion parameter. And one more question here always raised in your mind, if we are downloading little bit like a 1 billion parameter, then will it accurate? Because Gemini is good. Gemini has a huge data set. So generate more answer. Gemma is a 1 billion parameter, small size of the model. So will it able to generate answer? What do you think? What do you think? Less accurate. Okay. And low convolution. Okay. So I want to explain about the Gemma. What is the Gemma? Gemma is a data set, actually trained model in the data set, but data set is a mostly give attention on the language. I am just giving one example. Suppose that I have a car showroom. Okay. I want to sell my car daily base because I have a showroom. So I have to appoint a salesman. And salesman will repeatedly talking to customer in a same manner. So for this position, should I appoint a MBA and 10 years experience boy for that? What do you think? Which one I should hire for that? It's a simple fresher, normal intern I can hire. If I hire a 10-year experience MBA boy, then I have to pay 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs because he had a qualification. But if I need simple work, just selling the car, explain the model, explain the prices, then I can hire a 15 and 20,000 salary person I can hire. Na? What do you think? And if I need in the management for to maintain my showroom full, then I need a simple 10 to 15,000 boy, or I need a experienced person. The same in a production. If you are making a really big application for a company, for a startup, so you should not apply your simple task using a Gemini API, because Gemini API will take the cost for every task. So in a backside, in a production, in a pipeline, you can maintain your Gemini. But in a user area where you need a simple understand English, then you can make using the Gemma. So that's it, Gemma. Gemma is not for giving the lot of information. Gemma is available 140 languages, simply like a chatbot. It can understand your image, it can understand your language, and it understands some information as well. Not a huge information, but 1 billion not means small. 1 billion is also very high. So it understands 140 language, and it understands English, grammar, and normal context, general knowledge. I think it's sufficient to make it a simple chatbot. No? It's a simple chatbot. What is your requirement? Understand my language and give the answer. Now this time, how many people using the Zomato? Swiggy. I think everyone using the Zomato Swiggy, na? And whenever you have any problem with any item, then you have to use the chatbot. And your frustration with chatbot? Because this chatbot always gives the same question, same answer. I have a problem, then it will giving a no, this is the answer. You have to satisfy with this answer. And sometimes I just forget it. I'm going to take another order. So this is a problem with a rule-based chatbot. In a rule-based chatbot, every time you have to put it already question, already answer. And you have to go in with only that question with that answer. It's not like a simple conversation. At least using the Gemma, which understands your full English. It understands actually your emotions. It can understand your language, Gujarati, Marathi, Tamil. So you can make at least a conversational bot, na? So it can understand your problem. It can talk like a human. So this is the best feature of the Gemma. So that's why it's available in the different parameters. So it's available in the 27, 1 billion, 3 billion, 12 billion. So what is your need? What is your resources? You can just simply download this model and just make your chatbot, your text summarization, your image reader, anything else. This is a very important. Obviously, if I am making the application, sometime I am in the flight, always think if I shoot something which can entertain me, because Instagram not running, YouTube not running, book reading is always boring in the flight. So 2 hours flight is always boring with me. So always I am thinking I should make some interesting thing which actually can run in the flight as well without internet. And second thing, suppose that you are making a medical application and you want to provide this medical application for mountain people. That obviously internet, agriculture I told. So no internet required, because this is simply download and make your application. Whenever we created, many people think, taking very underrated LLM. I think you are also taking very simple LLM. It can make only chatbot, but it has. I really want to explain that government is also investing a lot of amount in Gemma. And Google is also investing a lot of amount in Gemma. And if Gemma is underrated, Gemma is very simple, small. So why they are actually investing? What do you think? No idea. There is very sensitive case here which can solve by Gemma. What? Just think about it.
We can create subject matter experts with narrow aim. So it's medical, you can train a
That's it.
for explaining context related to regional patient
That's
profiles, things like that.
absolutely right. So now this time Google actually investing a lot of amount in Gemma. It's called the Med Gemma. So Med Gemma is a medical bot because 3 years ago a huge controversy coming in the India and USA as well. Ki many company actually accepting your medical information without knowing the customer. This is a controversy. I think you heard about it. And medical industry, because in another AI, we can take the encrypted data, masking data, anonymous data. But to understand in a medical research, we have to take your full data, your gender, your location, your age, your area, everything I have to take. After that I can research on you. So that's why the image will share to server and it's a create a security issue. So always medical and defense industry always scare about with it. That's why they still not using their OpenAI on Gemini. Still not using in a defense and medical industry. That's why Gemma and other open LLM come in the picture. Because it's available in a 27 billion parameter as well, means huge data set. So that's available in your offline setup. So suppose that you have a defense system, it have a big resources, but you don't want to share your data outside. You don't want to allow your data to share the go outside. In a medical industry as well, in a research area, many companies actually don't want. Actually, government is also not allowing to medical industry कि you share the data to server or third party. So in that condition, you can use the Gemma. So this is a big case. So here is some simple application. Basic AI can help with journal tasks, medical, legal. Legal AI also available. In a many cases, you understand that whenever you sign on the agreement, you are taking any contract. Then many times, especially in a rural area, people are signing on the document for loan and another legal things. Then always they don't read the full concept. No one can read the full concept. And after that, you know what happened. So you can make some simple using the chatbot which can run anywhere. And it immediately understand your full legal documents. And immediately highlight risk factor, which point we can actually notice, but we are avoiding in a normal view. It can highlight the point. It can understand what is the risk factor in that. So this is a real application example, real example of that. This is an open app. An open source. This is a big thing. I think open source is a well done. So if it's an open LLM, that means I can fine tune and RAG with this stuff. I appointed an English boy to sell my coffee, my car. But after that, he must understand my coffee product or my car product. So I can fine tune. Because it's available in an open LLM, so I can fine tune to change the style of the bot and I can give the RAG, means data set, to get the answer from my data set. So now what is the problem with context? What is the problem with size? Because normal or basic English is available and other relatively context information you can take from my data set. And it are doing the fast because Gemini, sometime, because Gemini with RAG is also very fast. Because taking the data from the data set and generate the answer with combination of the Gemini. Okay. But here is also everything working in your local device. So obviously it's little bit some fast because getting answer from the data set relatively and LLM capability is also available. So that's why it's available for your simple bot, simple medical application with your context information, with your product, with your technology, with your employee. And that you can use the PDF, SQL, Excel, normal text information. So simple, because this is a made simple LLM technique. So using you are using the embedding, vectorization, any type of technique which you are using already in another Gemini or another technology, same technique you can use with Gemma to understand your information. Startup success create focus app. Already I asked about it. Whenever any startup founder comes to you, every time he said, please keep in your mind about the budget. Don't waste my paid API to make everything. And my personal experience, I'm also developer. In my personal experience, many people comes to me and always said, use Gemini API only backside production. Avoid in a user customer hand. Avoid. That's why Zomato is also still avoiding. AirAsia is still avoiding. So they are making simple rule-based chatbot in the front side or using the API in a backside, because backside need huge production in a cloud and many things. So that's why it's avoiding many times as a developer, I have to compromise with my creativity, because I don't have a freedom to access the API. So that's why in some cases I can make using the Gemma, and some cases I can make using the Gemini. So this is a story. Simple story. I told already about it. How many people like the Gemma now? It's really useful. So it's useful, then you have to know how can we use it. So it's a very simply available in a Hugging Face. It's available in the Kaggle. It's available in the Vertex AI Gemma, Model Garden. It's available in the because it's open LLM, na? So it can integrate it with any language, like you are using the AWS, you want to use the Gemma, you can integrate it because it's an open LLM. It can upload with Vertex API, it can deploy using simple Cloud Run, you can use the Kubernetes, you can simple make the Docker to deploy it. So simple you can make it. And if you are making the mobile application, it's also available as a plugin. Just call the plugin in your Flutter and call the mobile application. And because it's available in a quantization method, so very less after making the it can become very less in the site. So whenever anyone download your app in your mobile, then automatically download this LLM and make and capable to run without internet dependency. So this is the speciality of Gemma. This is a simple story, and that's it. So it's already I explained. It's a QR code. Actually, my code. How can we use the Gemma? So in this code example, I used Gemma. I used reg implement. So simply I try to make a simple cafe board, cafe application using this. I think it's a, you can do the small in the side. It's working? It's not working now. I'm just, yeah, now. Not working?
It's working.
Okay. I think it's a code application. Column loading. Okay. So in my it's not a workshop track, that's why I made already, and you can check and you can ask me about it, and you can ask the question regarding this still. But I try to make this application very simple manner. I just downloaded this model from the Hugging Face and put it some RAG application and try to make a simple cafe bot. Actually, what happened in my cafe bot, it's expired by real story. Actually, I made a cafe bot for a Bangalore startup. I actually made, and unfortunately, we can say that his cafe's name is already existed in a USA. It's happened many times because name can be clashes. So this is a coffee word. I think you heard about in the Bangalore coffee word. This is a cafe in Bangalore, okay, and same cafe is available in USA. So whenever I put it information using the fine tune, using the Gemini and Gemma as well, and I try to make my chatbot for mine. And first I will set the first of all my coffee shop name, na? So I set it about the coffee word. And whenever I try to ask about the coffee word, he always explain about the USA coffee word. It's not understanding my coffee word. It's not understanding my product. I'm really frustrated. I'm trying to fine tune again and again, apply the parameter, but not getting the proper answer. Then I applied the RAG. So same technique I applied in this code. So you can understand how Gemma can actually work in your local site without clashing your existed information. And because this is an open LLM, so you can fine tune full. You don't worry about the layer wise. You can apply the layer wise, you can apply the full fine tune. So it can become very smart, very relative with your context because it's only available for your domain. That's why fine tune is, Gemma is available only particular domain. So this is a code example. You just try. By the way, this is my LinkedIn profile. You can connect me, but before you follow in my LinkedIn, I just come down. Obviously, I try to explain about the Gemma in a very short time, how is Gemma work and what is the use of the Gemma. Is there any question? Yeah, please. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a couple of questions. So, first, obviously, it changes how the network works. So it solves that particular problem, and I'm okay with that. And when it comes to running model on edge devices, so the main problem we're going to face is latency. So I tried running Gemma E4B on my mobile, and for high alert, it took around 5 minutes to respond, right? So the latency is like very large. And also, let's say, as you that I'm a startup from now, and let's say I want to make an app, then if I want to give my app to the consumers, then the app is going to have the LLM model itself, which obviously increases the app size. So that is another problem. And also, when you talked about the privacy thing, right? So people are worrying about privacy on medical domain and also on defense systems, right? So in that case, there is also another act called HIPAA compliance, which is used by existing LLM providers. So HIPAA compliance is something is like where you can use those models even from Anthropic or OpenAI, but the agreement is that they can't use our data to train their models.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just want to know your views about these questions.
Yeah, actually, first of all, I want to give you a last answer. That's the Gemma come in the picture. Main reason to come Gemma, that's it. We want to train my model with my data set without compromising to sharing the data to another party. So that's the reason OpenLLM comes in the picture. So Llama 2, Gemma actually fulfilling this requirement. You can train your model in your premises, your network without sharing your information outside. Okay, so you can maintain your privacy because you use another method to keep data protect because now this is available in your hand. And now you are talking about the mobile application. I accept it because you use the 27 or 3 billion parameter. In 2025, Google introduced the Gemma 3N. It's a nano model. And whenever you process with it, then it will convert it in the quantization method and compress in a very, very little size. So that's why it's now increase the speed downloading in your mobile app.
Yeah, I do have the app right now, and it shows like for 1 million model, it's
Yeah.
590 MB. It shows like that. Okay, and about the latency, what do you think about that? Latency.
Latency totally, because it's LLM available in your laptop. So if you have available a big data set to complete your RAG process, then obviously it will increase the latency. Obviously.
No, I'm talking about running mobile devices.
No, if you are using simple chatbot like a conversation, its latency really very nice. Obviously depend on your configuration of mobile, because mobile is a processing right now. So yeah, it's a depend upon your mobile configuration. If your mobile RAM is good, then obviously the process is very fast. And your mobile RAM is slow, then yeah, like another app. Yes? Is there any another question? Yeah, please.
After implementing in the app, and then it is scalability will lag, right?
Yeah.
Because using nano chips, we cannot get the exact response. How you think about the scalability of
Fine tune. Fine tune. Because when a fine tune, normally what happens whenever we are fine tune, you are applying little bit data. If you want to train your model really accuracy, then you have to plot a lot of data set.
Because I downloading using the local like it will like
Yeah, it will take a lot of time to training.
scalability of the product.
Scalability depend on the data side, user side, in a back side. So obviously scalability will depend on your cloud function. Gemma is simple LLM which can give answer and can generate what do you think. So that's it. It's not a impact your scalability. Scalability totally depend on feature of the
You
cloud
are
feature.
downloading that the nano sets are like 27 billion, but it will lags, right?
Yeah, 27 billion parameter can't run in your laptop. You have to use the Google Cloud. Colib. Yeah.
Here, I have a question.
Yeah, sorry.
We
Yeah.
already went before another meeting, and I'm just and I'm having two doubts. One is related to the hallucinations.
Yeah.
So if we face prompt ingestion,
Mhm.
so how it accepts the prompt? So like Gemma models know the same way as Gemini, it knows everything. Like the first
Yeah.
one. So how it handles the hallucinations?
Obviously, fine tune and RAG, you can reduce your hallucination.
And the second question is, so I'm having a set of data being based in parallel models. So how I can efficiently use Gemma, and I tried to host it in a single GPU, and I tried to use it for 100 users, but I faced some kind of issues. Like how I can train the Gemma model, so how it can be helpful for the enterprise related users.
Actually, I used Gemma model in GCP, and I have to pay the charge to train this model in cloud, because cloud has a good configuration. And I paid the charge to Google to train this model. But after training, this model is not charging every time inputting and outputting. But Gemini is every time charging for input and output. So that's why it's a safe in every time uses. But if you want to make a best scalable application using the Gemma, yeah, you have to pay the charge to successfully train this model in GCP. So you can use it. Yeah. Is there anyone? Yeah, please.
My question is specific to RAG. So have you, in the example you have shown, have you specifically used any embedding model? And what about vector databases? If you can suggest some cost-effective technologies for that will be helpful. We know some native capabilities are there within Python, but that wouldn't be sufficient for bigger use cases.
Yeah, this is a RAG-related question. So, in my simple application, I use the simple embedding method. By the way, what is your method to using in a RAG implementation? It's a totally depend on your domain. But in a simple method, if you are using, suppose that when we are using the RAG, whenever we want to the dynamic training every time. Yeah, suppose that you are making a cafe bot. and you are changing the price of your coffee per day.
Yeah.
So in the, this is a dynamic data set. In that condition, RAG very helpful. It's not a required retrain again and again, and just giving the information at that time in your query.
Right.
So that in that condition, simple RAG can be very helpful.
Simple, right?
Yeah.
Any specific
Chroma DB you can use in your local, SQL you can use in the local, Pinagon is available in the server side, but I use the, and Fez is also available to similarity sort.
Okay.
So that can use a simple local data set if you are making small parts.
Okay. Thank you. So my next question is now lot of upgraded open source versions are coming monthly or bi-monthly. Now if I have fine-tuned and trained one of the LLM in January 1 and if something comes in July, what do you need to do to take those fine-tunings there?
To answer. First is a version controlling, you always know, because software is always updating, then I have to make new version. So you can retrain, but in a practically case it's not possible. Every time you don't pay, ready to pay the money to Google or GCP and Google, AWS to retrain again this model. So simple question, Gemma is just a simple English.
Yeah.
Gemma is just simple English, simple Tamil, simple Hindi.
Okay.
It's not, whenever you want to make this model for your product, you are training now. So what is your need for
So
updation?
basically, you are saying I need to
This is
do
a-
the same thing, same steps.
Yeah.
The new versions are coming.
Yeah, but I don't suggest that every time you use a new model for every time. If you are buy a car, then obviously you upgrade your this car, not you will be buy new car. So Gemma just like a base model which available in a local devices. And if you want to make more accessible, just retrain and fine tune and RAG.
Okay.
So simple.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
I am just giving a efficient answer. Yeah.
Thank you for a wonderful session.
Thank you.
I awakening for Gemma.
Hmm.
I have a question. The trend is like we all move to AI and sometimes we fall prey to AI. Okay, prey I mean since you have different sizes of Gemma, I have a thought like say kids of now they play video games.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So very soon they will start to use AI-related games.
Yeah.
So how safe and how moderation we need when we start
Use
to
the
this?
Gemma.
Because I have learned that Gemma 3 has something called Shield Gemma 2.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely right.
still we are able to cheat them through some multiple conversation.
In that condition, you have to put your Python function.
Okay.
In my simple experience, I always use simple if-else condition to apply the validation. Yeah, we are using the Repack application, but in my case, authentication, I always use the simple if-else. And I can be very safe using if-else. Yeah. And is there another question? Yeah. I think Gemma is exciting you. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Actually, my doubt is that so if I'm selling my kind of application to a client, if I am using API or else I am deploying my fine-tuned model in some kind of cloud. So when I deploy that in cloud, still the computation will be more. So what will be the price difference between them? Do you have any idea of that?
Sorry, I can't understand. You want to fine-tune model deploy in cloud.
I have fine-tuned. Consider I have
Yeah, fine-tune your model.
But
Yeah.
I am deploying that in cloud.
Yeah.
So cloud will take resources every time I use. So what my question is, if
How
I-
can reduce the charge using the Gemma in that condition? You want to ask.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, whenever you are to Gemini, then first you have to pay the charge for fine-tune, training, so resources, everything.
Yeah.
And after that, every time you have to again pay in input and output time.
Yeah. Yes.
So Gemma will reduce this cost.
Okay.
Because available, their domain is available, model is available. So getting the question and answer available data set, an available model, not hitting to Gemini, so that's not charging there. And rest of the charge like a training charge, resources charge, cloud charge, yes, this will be seen. But at least it will one time. You are not paying every time in input and output time. That's why customer avoid in a user chatbot.
So the charge will become less. do you have any kind of percentage when we use the Gemini and this method, like any kind of cost reduction percentage? Do you know anything like that?
Cost?
Cost reduction. How much it is better than this? Anything like that? Just,
How?
Average, like, if I am using Gemini, the cost is like some $100, etc.
Yeah.
So if I am using this, what will be the cost?
Yeah, it will reduce the charge for transition. No?
Okay.
Yeah. And I told rest of the storing charge, training charge will be same.
Okay.
Because GCP and Google Cloud or AWS charging two types. First, if you are using their resources, storing, training, tool, then obviously they will charge. But very little bit. You know, BigQuery charges very little. Because storing charges very little, one time. But Gemini always apply the charge whenever you putting the input, then it will charge. Whenever you are getting output, then you will charge. So only saving that condition. So recurring charge you can save.
Okay.
I actually giving you a real example. I am making a real application in the Rajasthan government for the rural bank, and I made using the 5 lakh. I made this, but now this time they are using free of cost because this is an investment one time. It's not a recurring charge in every inputting and every outputting. So that is a saving your charge. Yeah.
We are running out of time.
Sure.
Shall we write it?
Yeah. Okay, so if you have a question and you want to ask me more, I think it's accessible QR code or not? Yes? Okay, so you can follow me in the LinkedIn. You can ask me question there and just follow me in a GitHub as well, because I am going to make more real application using the Gemma and another tool and uploading in the GitHub. So you can find from there, and if you have any question you can ask me from the LinkedIn, and always I will try to give you answer. Thank you so much.
With this, we come to an end of the Q&A session. Thank you, Ms. Geeta, for your patient addressing and the queries and sharing such valuable insights. To express our heartfelt gratitude, we now invite Mr. Google to present a memento to Ms. Geeta for our enlightening session on mastering Google Gemma for drawing specific app using graph and fine-tuning.
We meet again after 3 months.
Yeah.
We met in the cloud community days.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.